विमलं सदा देतापत्रयापहं मिथ्या सिद्धान्तदुद्ध्वान्त विध्वंसिनविचक्षणः जतीत्याक्तनिर्भासतां नो हुदम्बरे पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सिद्धर्मृताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे आपादमल्पयन्तं गुरूणामाप्तं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नाः प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति मनोरथाः हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. We are doing the Sankhya Yoga, the second adhyaya. We are spending a little more time on this because this is the center of the Bhagavad Gita. It's a pretty big adhyaya where 72 slokas are there and a lot of concepts are presented. The rest of the adhyayas are further elaboration and further inquiry proceeding, with the questions that come to our mind, elaboration. So the second adhyaya forms like a basis to get all the important concepts that we need. And we are seeing, like for Arjuna's despondency, Sri Krishna, he is giving the response and he's pointing out that it is not right on the part of Arjuna to be wailing like that, to be unnecessarily be sorrowful so much about discharging his duty, because when it comes to, it's a tough thing. As war is not fun, is not a lot of destruction is going to happen, but in the long run, that is for the benefit of the society. When that is directed to achieve a good purpose and it is meant to destroy the evil, then it is worth it, because otherwise the evil will continue eternally. Imagine if the Kauravas were not stopped at that time, Duryodhana regime will continue. He will commit the kind of atrocities he was committing. He will do that. Okay, after him things should get better. No, he will train his own people, his own children, or his own methodology. It will be continued and it will become more and more bad only. It's going to get worse day by day or year by year. So it has to be stopped. So it is, though a big destruction, it was necessary for that. And in that respect, actually, Krishna tells that the jiva, the atma that is there, which is supposed to do all the sadhana, all that we are doing, all of us, we are also doing the sadhana. What is sadhana? That is basically in this body, God has given this sharira, in that deha that he has given, it is sadhana sharira. They call sadhana sharira. So this sadhana sharira had to be utilized to do our sadhana. What is sadhana? It is doing everything as per Paramatma's instructions and treating them as a worship of Paramatma. So this is what is necessary. In that respect, Krishna was describing so many things, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Achedya Madahyoyam, which we went through, this kind of indestructibility. The important things to notice is these slokas represent the lakshana or characteristics, attributes or descriptive things about both Jivatma and Paramatma. And some of the terms that are used are applicable to both. But how can we apply, Nityaha, eternal? If Jiva is eternal, Paramatma is eternal, oh, both are eternal. What's the big deal about Jiva having that? So we went through that. What it is even though both are eternal, there is a big difference. And the words that are used, how can they be applicable for both? For example, Sarvagata is all pervading. Paramatma is all pervading. Jiva is not all pervading. So if we apply for that word for Jiva, all pervading, what it means is Jiva, we are saying one who is a reflection of the all pervading. That's the meaning. When it is applicable to Jiva, we have to change the definition, and that is very valid only. For example, suppose you see a photograph, your photograph, you say, oh, this is me. You show in the photograph, this is me, you say that. But that is not you, that's just a photograph. Or in the mirror, you say, oh, this is me. But that is just a reflection. You show the reflection and say, it's me. Like that, the reflection is sometimes given the same name or same description as the original object. But they're different. The reflection is different. The photo is photo only. But person is different. So like that, Paramatma is Bimba, he is Sarvagata, all-pervading. Jiva is not all-pervading, but we say, oh, he is the reflection of the all-pervading Paramatma. So this is still extolling or praising Paramatma only. He is all-pervading and Jiva is just a reflection of Paramatma. This also explains that Paramatma is all independent and Jiva is dependent, just as a reflection is dependent on the original object. So the multiple things are achieved by this. By giving the same adjective, the Jiva is spoken of as being eternally dependent and also eternally different also. The difference in existence is what is also conveyed here. That's why Sarvagata, Sthanu, Achala, Sanatana. These four adjectives, when it's given the meaning for Paramatma, they come with a different meaning. When the same words are used for Jiva, they have totally a different meaning. Sthanu being the same way always. Paramatma is always Swatantra, that's why he is Sthanu. Jiva is always Sthanu, means the way he is always. He is dependent, is always dependent only. Paramatma is Achala, means he is immovable. Jiva is Achala, he cannot move. Jiva is Achala, means he doesn't have Swatantra movement. Does not move unless Paramatma moves it. Tena vina trunamapi na chalati. We talked about even a blade of grass does not move without Paramatma's thing. So when it is given a meaning for Jiva, is a different meaning. When the same word is given a meaning for Paramatma, it's a different. Achala and Sanatana. Sanatana is eternally present, both are Sanatana. But Jiva Parartha, when we give, Sanatana is Sanada, Nata, Nada are synonymous. Nada means sound. The Vedic sound is also Nada. Sanada, Naha. Jiva is obliged to as per the instructions given in Veda. So he is Sanadana. That means Veda Pratipadya Vidhi Nishedas, do's and don'ts. The Jiva has to follow. That's why he is Sanatana. So in case of Paramatma, Paramatma is a maintainer of the Vedas. He maintains the Vedas. Jiva follows the Veda instructions. So the meanings are given differently for Jivatma and Paramatma. So all these descriptions that are given are talking about the eternality of the Jiva. At the same time, it is also talking about the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma. This is very important because a lot of people, they take it, oh, look, Jiva is also all-pervading, Paramatma is all-pervading, so Jiva is Paramatma, a non-difference. No, it is not spoken of as non-difference because for all the reasons that I explained, the meanings given for Jiva and Paramatma, same words, will give different meanings. One thing. Second thing, Acharya gives alternate way also. Sarvagata anu. That means this Paramatma is Sarvagata all pervading, and Jiva is Anumatra. Paramatma is present inside the Jiva also. That means no matter how atomic, how minute the Jiva is, that Jiva has Paramatma inside him and instigating him all the time. So Jiva is Anumatra. Paramatma is Anu and also Bruhat. He is Anoraniya Mahato Mahiya. He is smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. So he is Anu and also he is maintainer of the Anumatra Jiva. And Paramatma is Achala, he is immovable, but he makes all the Jivas move. Like that, the same words, by giving another interpretation also, is spoken of as establishing the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma. And Acharya quotes a lot of things. So we are not going to go through all the quotes, but the central idea of all the quotes I'm just going to say from Shiva Puranas only, like Skanda Purana Acharya quotes. There, the statements are given that there is enormous difference between one and the other, like between Indra and Rudra, between Rudra and Brahma, and between Brahma and Vishnu. There is enormous difference. So this is spoken of in Skanda Purana, which is Shiva Parapurana. It's talking a lot of glory about Shiva. Definitely Shiva is very glorious. We're not no way bringing down Shiva. We extol Shiva. We have so many songs praising Shiva. So Shiva is very important. He is Ahankara, Tattva, Abhiman and all that. But Shiva is having the grace of Paramatma, Anugraha of Paramatma. Just because saying Paramatma is above Shiva does not bring down Shiva. He is wherever he is highest, as far as we are all concerned. He is more than all the rishis, all of us. He is greater than even Indra, the Devatas. So many gods are also praising Shiva. So he's greatest, very great personality, but he's not the greatest. He's one of the greatest. And then above him, there are others like Vayu, Saraswati Bharati, Vayu, Brahma, and Lakshmi, and Narayana. Only these four category people are there above him. So he is in fifth Kaksha. There are only four Kakshas above him. There are so many Kakshas, Anta Jivarashis below him. So he is still very high deity only. So we are not bringing down him. That is something that we have to realize. So Acharya says, even though there are a lot of statements which seem to bring some kind of identity, that are not really identity statements. They're not equating any jiva with Paramatma or any deva, any god also. Other gods are not equated with Paramatma. This difference had to be understood, and after that, to drive the point, some nice slokas are given. I'll just mention briefly those so that you are aware of that. You might have heard of it. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. The comparison that is given is all the bodies that we are wearing, they are different from the soul that we have, the Atma. Just as we wear a dress above our body, these bodies are like a dress above our Atma. We change our dresses every day or whatever frequently we change our dresses in our daily life. Same, but in case of bodies, they're not changed like that. But from birth to birth, these bodies also get, because they are built from the Prakriti, they get kind of deteriorated. They become finally dilapidated. So you just give up the bodies when they become so bad they cannot be conducted anymore. We cannot function in the bodies. God takes away that body, gives another body so that he can do sadhana again, function again with more energy, more vigor. And every janma, when we do the sadhana, that is passed on to the next janma in its own mysterious way. We don't know how it is done, but definitely we see that it's told in Vedas and everywhere that they are passed on from birth to birth, and people continue their sadhana, uh, and God enables that. So He guarantees in Bhagavad Gita further down the line, we see that Paramatma guarantees that yes, we nothing is wasted. But still, all the time, we should have the Naham Karta, Harik Karta, Tat Puja, Karmacha, Akhilam. This is this message that is given. We have to remember whatever we do in our life, we do. We don't give up our efforts, we do prayatna and everything, but with the realization that we are always directed and made to go with Paramatma's guidance only, and his grace only is always needed, and we have to do everything as puja of Paramatma. This is very, very important, and this thought is further elaborated in slokas further down. And another important concept I'll just mention is, like, we're not going all the slokas uh, because again and again Krishna reminds Arjuna again and again, atham chayanam nityajatam nityam va manyase mrutam tathapi tvam mahabaho nainam sochitumarhasi. So remains again and again that Arjuna, it is not worthwhile for you to think about it. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrutyur dhruvam janma mrutasya sa tasmad apariharyerthe natvam sochitumarhasi. So whoever is born will have to die. Whoever dies will be born. This life and death cycle keeps going on, and eventually you will be coming out of this cycle only with the grace of Paramatma. And as far as you are concerned, these are inevitables. Apariharye arthe tvam na sochitum arhasi. It does not befit you to worry about something which is beyond your control, completely beyond. Oh, I'll somehow come out of the birth and death myself. If somebody thinks of that, that's meaningless. So don't even think in those lines. you have to have the grace of Paramatma to come out of the birth and death cycle. And that's further, like in the further coming down slokas, they are further explained. Ascharyavat paschati kastidenam, ascharyavat padati, tathaiva chanyah, ascharyavat chaiva namanya shunoti, shrutava api enam veda na chaiva kaschit. So, ascharyavat cha enam anyah shunoti. So, Paramatma, we keep wondering at the glory of Paramatma, how wonderful he is. This thought has to be imbibed in us, that we keep wondering at the glory of Paramatma, and some people see him in, with wondering way. They hear, we study, we see all that about Paramatma, his wonderful deeds. Every act in our life, we have to see Paramatma in whatever we do. That has to be practiced. It is not easy, but our life mission is to understand and see Paramatma as much as possible in everything, every act, everywhere. That is the aim of life. So here I'll pause it. Any questions are there? You can feel free. Hare Srinivasa.
Dhanyavad Shri Kishara. We'll wait for if anybody has any questions. I do want to ask one question while others about
Sure.
something.
Sure.
So here in this shloka, this Atachayanam Nityajatam, Nityam Manyase Mritam.
Yeah.
So here I think the subject is now changing.
Yeah.
Is that right? Because in the previous shloka, the nature of the jiva
Yeah.
and the nature of the Lord and the relationship of the jiva with the Lord
Yeah.
is explained. But for somebody who is not yet convinced that the jiva is, because some of these concepts are beyond our sense organs,
Yeah.
and if they are not yet convinced, then this the Atachayanam Nityajatam, even
Yeah.
if somebody believes that it is
Yeah.
always born and it is always dying,
Yeah.
then also you should not have any shoka. So here it seems like there's a change of some somebody not convinced with the previous argument, but this is based on what Laukic Vyavaharik thing that we observe in the world.
Yeah.
Line of argument resorts to that.
Yes, yes, because we see that's why Nitya Jatam, Nityam va Manyase Mutam, Tathapitum. So basically, after listing all the reasons, so until the liberation, we will be born and dying. This we see every day. So it's not only, oh, okay, this is all told. But I am not going to believe all this because I'm going to live forever. Nobody can think like, hey, my end will come one day. Everybody realizes that even a person who doesn't believe in God, at least nature will do that. The nature, Prakriti will do that. They don't believe in God, but still they say, oh, even a person who does not believe in God will not say, oh, I'll be there eternally. Nobody thinks like that. So that's why what we see practically every day, we see somebody dying, somebody being born every day. We see some new baby coming out. We see some old person dying. So we see that every day. And hey, I see that. So that's my cause for the sorrow means Arjuna. Even the Tathapi, even though you see all that, even though you see people being born, dying, and everything, still you have no point in your feeling sorrow about it. So practically, you see that you are helpless, but at the same time, it is not within your control. So this is talking about whatever Krishna told so far, giving a summary of that, and also pointing out what we see every day and apply that to ourselves. Hey, I am having no control. Wherever I am born, I did not choose my birth. Same way, I cannot choose my time of death or anything about me. So there is something, some superpower which controlled my birth, will also control my end also, everything. But that end is not something that I have to really worry about, because the end is only for the body, and I am going to continue. And this continuation is grace of Paramatma. So this knowledge, keep that, then the shoka, natvam sochitumarhasi, the cause for the sorrow will go away only if we realize that. It is very difficult to realize, all right, but if the true realization comes, there will not be a cause for the sorrow. That's what this sloka is condensing, whatever has been told so far, and also giving a guarantee that this will continue forever, and also giving an instruction that you should not feel sorry about it.
Dhanyavad, Sri Keshara. I think Bhavani ji has some question.
Yeah.
Namaskar, Acharya.
Yeah.
The question is, this is Punarapi Jaranam, Punarapi Maranam. That is what we have been reinforcing today.
Yeah.
My question is, how should we get the liberation? We are, after all, human beings. We are not gods or some kind of really
Yes.
punya TVs where we will get liberation immediately. For example,
Yeah.
we knowingly or unknowingly tend to do so many mistakes.
Yeah.
How to refine and purify ourselves to move on the right path, to leave all the Arishad Vargas, and to keep the moham and a little bit of shokam a little bit aside, because without knowingly we think about our parents, we think about our pitru devatas. For no reason we worry about what we could do or what we couldn't do for them, kind of. So how should we get out of this? This is real shoka, literally, like, day to day, whoever is with the parents, living parents, we realize we do whatever we can do, but after they pass away, we will feel like we couldn't do something. This is shoka, basically. And something is not accomplished by us, which we think we can do it, or our expectations doesn't meet. Again, we go into that shoka mode. How should we convince ourselves and divert ourselves from that path towards the God?
Yeah, and it's a good question. So, how to come out of the shoka mode and what we should do actually? What we should realize what we cannot do, what we should do, or why this. Lot of things, questions come to us every day, and also the question comes, am I on the right track or not? Am I doing it right? What should I do if I am doing something wrong? How I should know what I am doing wrong? How I should correct myself? All this. The best thing to do is, that's why two things that you need. One is you need a manual. It takes, like, for example, Bhagavad Gita forms one kind of a manual. So it tells you what to do, what not to do. Actually, as we go further and further down that, it will tell what are all the sadhana, what are the obstructions that to come. And you said, like, as you said, am I doing it right or wrong? Means the prayatna, the very, the question that you are asked itself shows that you are worried about the appropriateness of the action. So as long as you have that desire to correct yourself, to be think that, then you have the text that helps you in doing your sadhana, and and understanding the text is so difficult. So you need a guru. So these two things are like two railway lines. One is a good text, the other one is a good guru. So this together will make your train go. So the guru will tell you, okay, this in each every step of the way, is this the right or not? Means yes, this is the right way of doing it. Oh, is this the right? No, this is not the right. So what is right and wrong? The knowledge of right and wrong in each and every step of our life, we have to think. And people sometimes they feel depressed because the cause for every depression is something that we give more importance than, like in case Arjuna also, the Bhishma, Drona, they are all very, very important people, very nice people, very helpful, so affectionate. But when they go against dharma stands more important. So, okay, it's very hurting to hurt them, but I have no choice. Dharma comes ahead. That means you should give importance to something, as much importance as it needs only. The cause for depression, you give more importance than it is due, then it will lead you to depression. For example, a crude example, suppose somebody has a nice, beautiful cooling glass. They say, oh, I love this more than my life. They keep saying that, and they keep believing that also. Suppose accidentally gets broken or it gets lost, something happens. Oh, I lost the cooling glass, which is more, I thought is as good as my life, more valuable in life. I cannot live without my cooling glass. So I'm going to kill myself or something like that. It's so bad. Like, for example, we hear people, they have like big loss, stock market or something. They lose every money that they have, all the money, suppose. Then they say, oh, I lost all money, there's no point in my living, so I'll kill myself or commit suicide. People do that. Why? Because the depression, they go into the depression, because they gave, money is important, but the person played with the money or whatever happened, the money has gone. It's very, very bad for life, but his life is more precious than the money. So give importance to the money, but give more importance to your life. Hey, I lost all the money, still I'm going to live, I'm going to fight, I'm going to survive, I'll come out of this, I'm going to withstand my shock. So that means give importance to everything as much as it is due. The ultimate importance is your right and wrong, following the dharma and pleasing the Lord. That is your sadhana. Okay, once you fix that thing and you are doing the thing with the full belief in God, then you are making sure that you go in the right path. So a guidance from a guru at each step of life, and thinking about thing, question, as you ask the question, is this right or wrong? Is this right? Ask that question to yourself every step of the way, and you, most of the time, you get the answer yourself. When it becomes difficult, you can't get the answer, use the text, use the gurus, use the guidance of any elders who know better, who have more experience. They will guide you. So never give more importance to anything that is more than what it is due. Give whatever is due importance, that much only, not more, not less. That's realization has to come, every day. Anubhava, our experience will give us more and more knowledge. We improve, and improve day by day. So suddenly, oh, how do I get mukti tomorrow? Nobody has, hey, I will do my duty. Karmani evadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachna, the guidance, oh, you do your karma, you do with full dedication to God, God will take care of that, trust Him. That's it. So that is how you should go.
Dhanyawad Acharya. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay, we'll meet again next Monday. Hare Srinivasa.
धन्यवाद श्री केशव राव, साष्टांग नमस्कार.
Namaskar Acharya. Dhanyawad. Thank you very much.
Small prayer. प्रातः प्रभीति सायांतं सायादि
यादि प्रातरं तथा यत्करोमि जगन्नाथ तदस्तु तव पूजनम्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरे श्रीनिवास.
साष्टांग नमस्कार. धन्यवाद. हरे श्रीनिवास.
हरे श्रीनिवास.
Dhanyawad. Namaskar Acharya.
नमस्कार.
श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
हरे कृष्णार्पणमस्तु.